Hello, Juan Gonzalez, 64. How are you? Welcome to the class. Okay, hello, my name is Cristina. I'm a teacher from Aula Abierta, and today is my last class. So, B2 last class. So, I'm going to tell you some general tips you can use in your real test, in your real exam. I told you yesterday about the tips that you can use in B1. So today is about B2. I think are more or less the same, the tips that I'm going to tell you. Um, they are really useful for your exam. So we're going to talk about before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. So let's go. We're going to start in 1 or 2 minutes. So what's the crack, guys? Well, if you want to do your B2 exam this year, you can use these tips, and also if you are going to do the exam, well, doesn't matter the year. So let's go. General tips before the exam. I have here my quick references. Hello, Tere, Pedrosa, Rodriguez. So we're going to talk about general tips you can use in B2. Let's go. General tips before the exam. We have 3 tips that I think they are very useful. Number 1 is rest well the night before the exam. Don't need to study more grammar, more vocabulary, more use of English. Everything is in your head. Don't need to review more things. I think you can feel nervous. It's normal. You are going to take an exam. It's a difficult exam, and you pay a lot of money for it. So we know. Don't be worried, and rest well the night before. So sorry, the window is open. Now, the second tip I'm going to tell you is if the exam is in the morning, make a good breakfast. Your brain needs sugar to work. As I told you yesterday when I took my exams in Dublin, in Ireland, my flatmates made me a nice breakfast. It was gorgeous. They made for me a toast with Nutella and then coffee. It was nice because I needed sugar and my brain worked a lot. Now, the last tip before the exam is bring a small bottle of water with you so you can use in the exam, during the exam. It's important that you can drink water inside the class that you need to do the exam. Let's go. So then we continue with the tips during the exam. You need to control the exam time well to avoid scare and races. I told you yesterday with B1, it's the same with B2, it's the same with C1, C2, all the exams. Also, not only English exams, geography, maths, language that you have in the high school or maybe at university that you have the final exams. You need to control the exam times and also plan your time well, okay? So you will have a clock on the wall in the real exam because Cambridge uses a clock inside the class. So you can watch at the clock and you can see what time you have to do the exercises. Also, the teacher is going to tell you what time is it, or 15 minutes to finish the exam, 10 minutes to finish the exam, and also 5 minutes to finish the exam. So don't be worried about the time. I think if you practice before the exercises with a watch like this, you can do your best and you will not have a race in the real exam. It's very important, really. Yeah, I have here another quick reference. Do not write the exam in separate sheets and then have to pass it to the answer sheet because maybe you don't have time to pass your answers to the paper, to the answer paper. So make sure you have enough time if you do in 2 papers, or just only transfer the answers in the answer paper, the answer sheet. Okay, this is very important. More things. If you take the exam in its computer-based format, don't go crazy with the mouse in your hand, and use it calmly, and make sure that each question you answer is on the screen. Okay, it's important. I never tried the computer-based format. I only tried the paper-based format, and I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know if you tried before the exam with the computer. It's your choice. I prefer to write, but you can use the computer-based. People say that it's very easy. Now, you can use the test to underline all the keywords or ideas that you think they are important. But you know, when you finish the exam, you are going to give your exam to your teacher or to the invigilator that is in the class, and also the paper sheet. That is the important one. You need to give them. Now, we talk about the tips before the exam, then we talk about the tips during the exam, and now we continue with the tips after the exam. So, I wrote yesterday morning these tips because I didn't remember a lot what I did when I finished the exams, but yeah, something like this, okay? Listen. Tip 1, go out for a drink with friends, okay? You can drink a Coke or Fanta or a glass of water, coffee. If you're an adult, you can drink a beer, Guinness. It's okay. You finish your exam. It's time to forget all the things, all the things that got you nervous in the exam. So go out with your friends. You can go out and have a nice time with them. Also, you can go to the cinema or read a book at home. It's your choice. You decide. Now, tip number 2, wait for your marks. You need to wait for your marks more or less between 1 or 2 months. I'm not sure, because when I took these exams I was young, and I think I wait for 2 months. I think so, or 1 month and a half. I don't really remember, but it was something like this. Then another tip is tip number 3. Don't feel sad if your exam was a disaster. Maybe you think your exam is a disaster, but you don't know anything, Jon Snow. You don't know anything until you get your marks from Cambridge. So please, don't think about your marks. Wait for them 1 month and a half or 2 months. That's all. And tip number 4 after the exam, keep working every day, because English is a gorgeous language. So when I say keep working every day, is because imagine that you pass your exam. You need to continue studying English. For example, if you pass your B1 exam, please continue. Take your B2 exam. Take C1, then take C2. It's important to have another language. It's important to study another one. It's good for us to understand other people, or if you want to go out, or if you want to go abroad, it's important to speak English. I think it's one of the most important language in the world. Also Spanish. I think Spanish is a good language. We need to study more Spanish. Not me, because I'm Spanish, but people from other countries. Now, you know the tips before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. What do you think about my tips? They are really general, but I think they are good. you can use all of them. Follow my instructions and you will pass your exams, I'm sure. Everybody can do everything. Now, things that I'm going to tell you is that when I took my B2 exam, I used to have some books like this, Practice First Certificate. It's a kind of book that you have a lot of types of exams with reading, with writing, listening, everything. For example, you have here, so sorry because I couldn't find before. Yeah, look at this. This is the content. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tests. You can practice. For example, in test number 1, you have reading, writing, use of English, listening, and speaking. All the practice tests have the same. So please, if you want, you can buy one of these books by Cambridge, of course, because I think they prepare very good the student. There are a lot of exercises with reading, writing, listening, speaking, and use of English that you are going to see in the real exam. So I think I have here the paper, the answer sheet. Look at this. For example, this is about, yeah, this is reading or writing. I don't know. Yeah, because we have 4 parts. I think it's the listening. This is the answer sheet for the listening. So here you have to answer. Okay, be careful with the numbers. So if number 1 is A, write here 1A, 2B, 2B. So you need to look after when you complete this, you need to look again and try to know if everything is correct on your exam sheet. Okay, hello Luisa Maria, how are you? So we talk about it. Well, I'm a teacher, so I have more books about Cambridge and the handbook for teachers. Okay, there are a lot of examples of exercises I can do with my kids. Well, not my kids, my teenagers. They are really nice. I'm very happy with Cambridge. They give us a lot of materials to prepare our students to do their best in the real exam. So don't be worried about it. More things. It's the last class about B2 tips. It was a pleasure to be here in front of you. I'm really sad because we finished this week all the classes online. Maybe we are not going to talk more, but if you have any question, doubts, you can write to Aula Abierta and I will try to answer you. As I told you yesterday, we were talking about B1 tips, the general tips that more or less are the same like the B2 tips. I'm very happy to was here to be here in front of you. I need to tell you that thanks for watching me because you are gorgeous, really. You are really kind and nice. Hope you pass all your exams if you are taking an exam this year. If not, next year. So good luck. Irish luck for you. And remember that we have more activities in Aula Abierta and Cultural Actes. Every day, I'm here at 6:30. Then my mates, my workmates are in Cultural Actes account at 7 p.m. and we continue at 7:30 later. I will remind you the timetable that we have because there are a lot of activities you can do with us this week, our last week. So, remember, tomorrow we have here Greenman, the short stories. Greenman is coming to my flat and he's going to tell you some funny stories, short stories, as you know. Um, it will be the last class for Greenman too, and on Friday I'm going to talk about something. Well, we're going to do something special because it's the origami workshop. I hope you see me, you watch me on Thursday and Friday, so tomorrow and Friday. More things, more things. Yeah, uh, that's all. We finished with the general tips to do your B2 exam by Cambridge. If you have any question, any doubt, I'm here. I don't know if someone here. Yeah, Gemma Dominguez. Hello, how are you? I don't know if you listened to me before. But we were talking about the general tips that you can use in B2 exam, okay, before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. So I'm going to tell you again, and then we finish the class. So general tips before the exam: rest well the night before, okay, don't do crazy things to be looking at the vocabulary, grammar, use of English, because everything is already in your head. Then you need to make a good breakfast if your exam is in the morning. Remember, your brain needs sugar. And then my third tip is like bring a small bottle of water to have water during the exam. It's important to drink water. Now, during the exam, there are a lot of tips, but I think the most important is that you need to control the exam times to avoid races. Okay, don't run in an exam. You have enough time to do all the parts. Hello, M. Gozo 07. So you have enough time. Please control the time. Plan your time well. More things. Don't write the exams in separate sheets. Try to complete the answer sheet before. I think that's all. If you take the exam in its computer-based format, don't go crazy with the mouse in your hand, okay? And make sure that each question is you answer is on the screen. More things, more things. Oh yeah, more things. You can underline both on paper and on the computer the keywords, the ideas, okay? And then after the exam, as I told you before, go out for a drink with friends, okay? Forget about the exam. You don't need to think more about the exam. You did it. Wait for your marks. You know that maybe it's going to be 1 month or 1 month and a half, more or less. Don't feel sad if you think that your exam was a disaster. You don't know anything, you just know, until you get your marks from Cambridge. So please wait for your marks. Maybe it's not a disaster, your exam. We will say, okay? Keep working every day because English is a gorgeous language, okay? Keep working is like all the teachers tell you, keep working because they want that you need to be good students. So keep working in all the subjects that you have, not only English, also maths, biology, science, history, geography, all your subjects. Keep working in English too, because if you pass your B1 or your B2 exam, you can pass your C1 or C2 exam. You only need to study, okay? You need to be a hard worker and study. And I think you will pass all your exams. So that's time. I'm going to finish the class right now. Dulce Laika, hello. We finished the class. Hope you have good luck in your exams. So Aries luck for you. And guys, see you next time. We will say this is the last class, B2 class. But if you have any question, please write down on your comments, all your comments. And if you have any question, to me. You can ask me on Instagram, okay, on Aula Abierta account. And thanks for watching me. So I will say bye-bye, okay, and good luck for your exams. Bye.